just need one more. I just need one more.
Hey,
I just need one more. I just need one more.
bitch.
Need one more. I just need one more. You know, pick up where I said, okay. Like the blunt, my nigga. Pass his beat to the left so I could press. Code on my hits like I done wrecked. Who is next? Niggas is sleep like pillow pets. Getting foreign head from a bad bitch from Budapest. Call your bet. Cause I'm just trying to get a quick check, then rest with my face in between breasts. I'm a mess. Also something you gotta respect. A prince as a newborn, a king in death. Oh yes, son of the waves is the best. If you jumping in this water, please wear a vest. Take a breath and compliments to my chef. Hit my goddamn producer, need a beat, heaven sent.
All right, y'all, let's get it started. Welcome again to What's the Wave with your host, Son of the Waves. This is episode 2. Thank you if you are returning to listen again. Episode 1 went great. I want to thank all my supporters and listeners. I hope it went well. I hope you came back for another episode from your boy, Son of the Waves. So we're going to keep it started. Keep it going, get it started. You know what the fuck I mean. I've been sipping. As you see, I got my yak. I've been sipping just a little bit, you feel me? But it's all good. First of all, like I said, again, I just want to say thanks to you if you're watching, to however you may be listening. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, wherever you are listening or watching. Thank you. Please tell a friend about it. Tell your mama, tell your auntie. Guarantee if she see me, she gonna want to see some more. That's all I'm gonna say. It might not be the face, it could be the voice, but either way, she gonna want to stay. You feel me? So I just want to thank y'all on that for real. Another thing, just in my intro, I just want to let y'all know this is a podcast. I am not a reporter. I'm not breaking no news. So if I misquote somebody or if I give some invalid information, baby, that's just the name of the game. I try to do my due diligence on research and make sure I'm well educated on a topic before I talk about it, because that's just the person I am. So most of the shit I talk about, I know something about it. But if I'm wrong, check me, reach out to me, tweet at me, DM me on Insta, send me a Snapchat, all of that. I'm not perfect and you ain't either. So don't get it twisted, but you know it's all good. You know it's all love. But like I said, again, please reach out to some friends, some family, tell them about the podcast. I know it's new and up and coming. It's only episode 2, but we got some big things planned. Like I said, in the future, we're going to give some raffles, some giveaways, especially for my 2 major sponsors right now. One of those being Become Cosmetics, as you see right here. They'll have your lips right. And then also Vintage Variation. As you see, I ordered this stuff. This is the shirt I got on. I just bought this shirt from my guy. Like I said, it's right here, live direct, in full effect. So be sure to check those out. Now let's get it started, man. I think it's gonna be more of a chill day. Probably I'm not gonna take as long. You know, it was a slow news week, slow news cycle this week. I try not to just talk about all the subjects I try to just reach out, see what other people got going on in their lives, to see what's trending on their end. You know, I'm only have a limited perspective, just being one person. So I try to, find other things to talk about other than stuff I want to talk about. But like I said, overall, this week was a pretty slow news week overall as far as current events and sports and stuff like that. But forget all of that. Let's get started. Thank you for tuning in once again. You feel me? What's the Wave Wednesdays? Aha! First off, you know where I'm going to start it off. Because I'm a hot nigga. And Juvie is some hot nigga. Hey, they free Bobby Shmurda, boy. They free my nigga Bobby. Bobby been down for a minute, boy. What was he down? Was it 7 years? I don't know the details, but he was down for a minute. And that's the first thing I want to say. My man, I don't know if it's him or if it was us as the fans. The man stayed relevant for 6-7 years locked down. And to my knowledge, I don't think he dropped no music when he was in the pen. And bruh's still around. He got out and got all the love. I believe my man Quavo swooped him, put him up in the little PJ, brought him home the right way. You feel me? That's what you're supposed to do, man. If your man's down and he getting out, man, that's some motivation for you right there. Take care of your homie when he come home, for real. I'm still yelling free Bree to today. Yeah, if you know who I'm talking about, man, free my guy, free my brother. But it's still amazing to me, because like if you see 6ix9ine. Even though he a rat, I ain't want to bring Brun up, but he happened to stay relevant in his little bid. But he a troll. If one thing that man is good at, he good at being a troll. But my man Bobby, He ain't say a word. He ain't flip a hat. He ain't do nothing. But we held his name up. You feel me? We ain't drag him through no mud. And I love that because he got out and is able to still have a successful career, keep doing his thing. As is, shout out Kodak. He just got out not too long ago. Y'all keep saying he a robot, he a different person. Honestly, I believe prison will change you. I ain't never been, but that's just my first guess, to be honest. But shout out to us, shout out to the Vans, the fans, not the Vans, even though the Vans always get a shout out. Shout out to the fans, man. Bobby Shmurda is out. And it just, it made me think, Twitter as well, all the memes and stuff. The music scene in 2014. Do y'all remember? I graduated in 2013 from high school. So 2014, that was, let me remember. Oh, that was my man Fetty Wap. I'm like, yeah, she fine. I was saying that to every bitch that walked by. Dave's Loaf had niggas saying, you know, try me, all of that shit. And y'all remember when she used to fuck with Dirk? You know, Dirk doing his thing and shit. That, I forgot all about that relationship. Dave's really used to fuck with Dirk back when he had the waves like your boy. Hella wild. Shit, who else was relevant? Oh, Rich Homie and Thug. That's when they was, you know, rocking, you know, dropping that. Hey, Lifestyle? That shit had the radio on lockdown, boy. You couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't go to a club. You couldn't ride in a car. None of that. We're out here. Lifestyle by Rich Homie and Thugger. And even Schoolboy Q, when he had his wave, you feel me? If you support Schoolboy Q still, do your thing. I'm not the biggest of fans, but I respect bruh and his craft and his music. He is definitely a very, very good lyricist. But that's when he dropped that Studio. And that shit, that was a radio smash and all that. Shout out Schoolboy Q. But that 2014 music scene was something to behold, I promise you. So, like I said, shout out Bobby Shmurda. I'm glad you out. I'm glad you free. Get you a hamburger, get you some pussy, and get you a fat backwood, man. I'm pretty sure that's all three things, the first things he had, man. But shout out Bobby Shmurda, man. Let's keep it going. Another thing currently happening I want to talk about, and it's really happening in the Bay Area. I've been seeing a lot of videos and stuff, and it got me a little bit puzzled, which is all these young wild niggas knocking out these older Asian people, bruh. For one, I believe it's the hashtag Stop Asian Hate. If that is what it is, keep it going. Don't put it before Black Lives Matter, but stop Asian hate. No, you know it's all love. Stop the Asian hate, man. And I feel bad because I understand kind of where these young niggas is coming from, as in like, that person is up, I'm down, they're old, I'm young, they got money, I need some money. I understand, but we gotta stop that shit, like, for real. What my nigga Cash Kid say on that Candy Freestyle, I was like, don't take what another nigga work hard for. You better go out yourself and go get that shit, you feel me? Like, them niggas earned it for the most part. We don't know, everything is, you know, based on context, but stop. We gotta cut that shit out, young niggas. I don't know if you in the East Bay, Berkeley, fucking all the nigga across the bridge in Frisco, wherever you at, stop these Asian people. Stop doing that, man. That shit cold. Like, to me, I just feel bad. Like I said, it's two sides. I feel bad for the elderly, but I understand where the youngest are coming from. But that's on us. That's well, not on us, but they parents and shit. They should have showed them a better way. I blame the daddies when it comes to that. All of you fathers, I blame y'all. I ain't gonna fake for that one. But man, we got to stop having all this fucking take the next nigga shit to become successful. You can build your own team, man. Like, if I'm not an example, there's plenty more out there. And if you need an example, holla at me. I could show you one. So man, cut out all this knocking niggas out, knocking Asian niggas out. If you're gonna knock a nigga out, it should be for a reason. Not that one though. You feel me? Gotta have a little COVID talk. I ain't gonna stay on this for too long. I'm gonna move it along quickly. But I heard they voting on a third vaccine from you feel me, Johnson & Johnson. Please, like I said, only like one or two people reached out to me, let me know about what they thought about the vaccine. What do y'all think about the third one? You feel me? Are you more skeptical because there's more varieties of the vaccine available, you feel me? Or would you rather just have one that is, you know, the main one that everybody get? And this one, I hear you only have to take one shot. The other vaccines, I believe, was Moderna, if I mispronounce that. Like I said, I ain't no reporter, so go find out yourself. Moderna, or the Pfizer with the P in front, Pfizer, whatever you want to call it, they require you have 2 shots. This new vaccine from Johnson & Johnson is only a 1-shotter. So let me know if y'all think that's a little bit safer. And, you know, if you had experience with the vaccine, if you know people who've had it. Like I said, I shared my story. I know a couple people who have. Let me know what y'all think. Please get at me, tweet at me, all of that. But I don't know, man. Like I said, a lot of different vaccines, a lot of different companies. That makes me think of, you know, monetizing and, you know, monopolies, just trying to make a quick dollar. But if you believe they actually behind it for the health benefits of society, let me know. Let me know. If you got some information, let me know as well. You feel me? I only want to speak all facts. Moving along, not too much. I believe today, like I said, I record on a Sunday. I drop it on Wednesday, you know, time for editing, all that good shit. But the Golden Globes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, let me start off with the positives before the negatives. One, the positive and the main person I want to show some light to and just give a big, major shout out to my girl, Regina King. She been doing her producer thing. What is that? A Night in Miami. I haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely on my list to go watch it. You know, movies is hard to come across with all this COVID shit. And, you know, I might have to slide to the drive-in if they got it. If not, I'll buy that bitch on whatever platform I can. But shout out to Regina King, who is a black queen in our community. I hope y'all know that. I hope she hears this. If not, I ain't tripping. But, you know, she deserves her flowers that she's been due. Not just as an actress, but as a director, producer, just all the platforms she reaches. Shout out Regina King, man. But I believe the Golden Globes, I think, happened either an hour before I recorded this or as I'm recording. So that shit happening right now. But the second thing that I learned about the Golden Globes. So there's an organization, I believe it's called the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Them the motherfuckers who basically vote on all the shit, who should be nominees and who shouldn't be nominees and who should go up for which award and whatnot. And there's no black journalists in that association or on that panel, in that committee. Why? Come on, y'all. It's 2021. We're the main stars in most of these motherfucking movies. And y'all stay snubbing us. So y'all just gonna snub us from voting on the shit too? That's not okay. But that's just another reflection of, you know, America and how shit is built, you feel me? But we ain't gonna dive down that rabbit hole. But come on now. We need some color, some ethnicity on that committee, because y'all only picking and choosing what motherfuckers y'all want to show love to when it come to color. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So shout out to Regina King, excuse me. And let's get the Golden Globes all straightened up, man. Let's get these motherfuckers straightened up and straightened out. Excuse me as I hit my yak. Ooh. A couple more shout outs. I just want to do a couple shout outs because, like I said, it was slow news week. But I want to shout out some shit that I like, that I favor. Shout out to, hey, if y'all don't follow Lou Ratchet, and Lou as in L-O-U, Ratchet, bruh is like, he taking over right now. I don't know if this is videos, his content that he putting out. I love me some Lou Ratchet. That's, nigga, where your mom's at? If you heard that, that's where that's from. That was the quote of 2020. And bruh keeping it going in 2021. So shout out Lou. I seen he dropped a little music video, a little song type shit. I slapped it a couple times. It's funny. The boy got jokes, man. The boy got jokes. Shout out to the socials, man. I love social media. I know it's detriment effects, but I love that shit, man. That shit go crazy. That shit keep me entertained. Oh, and then there's this, I wouldn't call it a meme, but I guess the memeing or the posting of the y'all had to be there. Hey, thank y'all. Because it really just shows like we all grew up the same fucking way. We all had the same childhood. Now, a little bit about me. Born in Vallejo. You feel me? Bay raised, basically. But in my elementary school years, don't get it twisted. My elementary school years from kindergarten to about 5th grade. Yeah, about 5th grade. I lived in Reno, Nevada. Yes, why my parents moved out there when I was a baby, I have no fucking clue. But even when I was out there and seeing all the memes and shit, y'all had, like I said, we all had the same childhood. That shit is so funny to me. From y'all bringing up the cartoons we used to watch, the music we used to listen to. I believe somebody was like, you know, Mary J. Blige had her and Ludacris had her talking about Runaway Love at 7 years old. I remember all of that. Every morning I used to watch MTV Jams before my mama went to work. She had to work at like 6 a.m., so I had to wake me up earlier. I remember all that, watching all the music videos. I remember seeing Lil Wayne's Fireman video premiere, little shit like that. I remember Runaway Love. I remember when Luda chopped out his hair. Like, come on, cuz y'all had to be there. Facts. And it go even to middle school and high school when I moved back out here and was out in Vallejo for that shit. From the motherfucking like Soulja Boy era to motherfucking New Boys era when motherfuckers was jerking and shit. So that shit is hilarious. That was actually a major influence on the topic of the day, what I'm gonna speak on a little bit later. So shout out to the socials, man. Y'all never fail. Never fail. I promise you that. Y'all never fail. But that's all we got for current events at the moment. We gonna do it moving. Shot. Yeah, I'll come like, hey. That was hella weak. It's okay though. We gonna keep it going. Next up, we got some sports to talk about. It's always something happening in the sports world, whether good or bad, positive or negative. We're gonna talk about some sports. First off, I want to start off with my man, a legend, somebody who has been successful at his craft since I've been a baby. And that's Tiger Woods. For one, just want to say our prayers up to you. Hope speedy recovery. If you haven't heard, Tiger Woods got into a car accident recently, not too long ago, about a week ago, about around the time where I recorded the first episode, so I couldn't squeeze him in, but I definitely wanted to show some light on that car crash. And I seen today, actually probably a couple hours before this recording, a lot of golfers wore red for Tiger. As you know, he won, I believe, 2 majors in that red Nike polo. Iconic. If you know Tiger, if you've seen a picture of him, he got a Nike hat with the swoosh, with a red polo with the Nike swoosh as well. So the golfers decided to wear a red, just, I don't say in his honor like he passed, even though they, put on a little thick, but just to show tribute to a living legend. It's hard to say that. There's a lot of legends out there, but to be a living legend right now and be respected as one, you're a GOAT, Tiger. You're definitely a GOAT. So I wanted to show some love to you. Wish you a speedy recovery. Next, I seen this a little bit. I believe my man Kyrie said this. And I really want to know y'all opinion, so y'all got to get at me, please. What do y'all think about this man Kyrie talking about changing the logo to Kobe? If we change it, for one, I'm for it. I agree, but then I'm like, I feel, honestly, the logo should just stay as it is. It's cool. It's iconic. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I understand wanting to improve it. If we change it, I would say there would be 2, maybe 3 people we should change it to. 1, Michael Jordan. It don't got to be the jump man. It don't got to be split legs, tongue out jump man. But as far as impact on the game overall, I would pick Jordan. I'm gonna keep it a band. 2, it damn near would be Kobe. I'm for real. It would be Kobe. Maybe not the logo. I believe that Kyrie posted it because it was kind of similar to the Jerry West silhouette. But I would pick Kobe as well because just what he meant for the game, and honestly, his passing did impact everybody so much. It would be fitting. I feel that Kyrie, I do, and if not him. You know who I'm gonna say? It gotta be Bron. Like because there's no other. What other reason are you gonna put as far as they should be the logo other than just pure greatness? And with those 3, greatness is synonymous. When you talk about greatness in basketball, you think of MJ, you think of Bean, and you think of motherfucking LeBron. So if you gonna change the logo NBA, do one of them 3. Also, all black players. I'm just saying, man. But that's who I'd pick if I could change the NBA logo. But honestly, like I said, I think it should stay. If not, MJ 1, Kobe 2, LeBron James 3 pop. And we'll get it popping. Like I said, let me know what y'all think. You could throw somebody in there, Bill Russell, Kareem, somebody. I've seen some logo, I guess, art. I've seen the Russell Westbrook. That one was pretty, it was alright. The AI step over, that would be nasty. I'm not gonna lie. Don't talk to me about no Shaq motherfucking dunk man, because he got that shit in Walmart on them sneakers. I understand the idea, Shaq. You want to make them affordable, but we don't wear those. Anywho, keeping it with the NBA. As y'all see, talking about my man Kyrie, the Nets are on a nice little win streak. I believe, like I said, this Sunday, I think maybe, was it Saturday they lost? Maybe, I forget. I'm not positive, but I think they lost their latest game. But we talking about, halfway through the season, the Nets are projected to be, in the finals. Kyrie and Harden been balling together. Now it's the main question. KD been out. KD was the only sure thing. Everybody was asking how Kyrie and Harden gonna mesh together, and so far, it's looking okay. I'm just saying, man, this shit is looking good, y'all. This shit is looking good. Brooklyn is balling. Like I said, they up right now. They have I believe they won like 7 or 8 straight. And KD was out for 7 of those 8. I'm just saying, man, when KD come back, he not going to set him back at all because he just fit in easily. He just slip in, you feel me? Like a pair of slip-ons. But keep your eye on the Nets. Where everybody know that's the main question mark as far as the Eastern Conference. So keep your eye on the Nets, man. Keep your eye on them. I'm going to keep my eye out, too. Keeping it in the NBA. I know y'all seen, I'm going to touch on this briefly just because it's some real 2K shit. Y'all seen when the motherfucking Thunder changed jerseys halfway? Like, halftime? What was it, halftime, first quarter? I don't know, I'm drunk. But that's some 2K shit. That's one of them where you and your boy are playing and y'all pick similar jerseys and you like, nah, exit out. You pick light, I pick dark. You pick white, I pick orange. That shit was, I just had to touch on that because that's some real 2K shit. And it's funny because now, as I watch the NBA, I be like, even in-game shit, I be like, bro, that's some 2K shit. But it's funny because in 2K, you be like, that's some 2K. Anyway, that shit is just hilarious. Shout out to the OKC for doing the uniforms. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't know they had extra, you feel me, set in the back. But it's the NBA. You know what it is. They got money. I'm going to switch it up just for a little bit. I'm going to go back to the NBA since the NBA in full swing. I do want to touch a little bit on some football, though. There have been some speculation that Russell Wilson might, you feel me, they might shop bruh around. Number one, Seattle Seahawks. If you trade Russell Wilson, you drunker than me on a Friday night. 2, where you want to go, Russ? I believe I seen some of his options. He said, the Raiders and stuff like that. But I would say this. I understand maybe why you want to go to another team who feel they could build more around you because Russell Wilson hasn't been really cooking with much lately. You feel me? Pete Carroll and the GM ain't giving him too much ingredients to, cook with. So I feel it if he if I could go somewhere, I'd go somewhere else. I think he had the Cowboys on that list as well. But Russ, you a powerhouse in Seattle, right now. You got a defensive-minded head coach that could, be played to your strengths or your weaknesses. He gonna focus on the defensive end, so y'all set on that side of the ball. But he also can neglect the offensive side on the ball and not give you no weapons and stuff. So I understand. It's football. There's a lot of moving parts. But me personally, I would want Russell Wilson to stay in Seattle. I think it's good for the NFL, for the league. The NFC is always a little bit tighter than the AFC because the Chiefs are leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. And Russell on the Seahawks, you still got that fight between every year between Seattle, Green Bay. I would say the Niners, but the NFC is a little bit more deeper, a little bit more rich in as far as competition than the AFC because the Chiefs is just surpassing motherfuckers. And you got Tampa Bay. If Brady come back, watch out for them. That defense ain't no fucking joke on everything. Keeping it moving, and we're going to shift back to the NBA since that's what's popping right now. What about All-Star Weekend? What y'all think? Tweet at me. Y'all think it should go on? I'm kind of with LeBron. Like, motherfucker, I don't think we should have it. But if y'all have it, I'm going to show up. You feel me? For the fans. They voted on it. Of course, we got our All-Stars. We got our reserves. We gotta mention Devin Booker. He got snubbed. I'm one of them. I believe he got snubbed. But then I shouldn't say that because I do. But then it's like who's you gonna switch him out for? I wish I should have had the list in front of me, but there was a couple snubs in the West. There's been some balling. There have been some people who have been balling who just didn't make the cut. My man, quietly, Brandon Ingram, he out there doing his thing. A couple other people have been putting up some really good numbers. I want to say Mike Conley got some good numbers right now this year, but I don't know, all-star-ish, but, little shit like that. But let me know what y'all think, if they should have it, if they shouldn't, if it's good, if it's bad. I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I feel like they should just have the skills, dunk contest, 3-point, boom, boom, call it a day. But I also heard that they want to have those events during the halftime of the All-Star game. I'm with that. I'm with that 100%, 100%. Next, and these two, I seen, like I said, probably about 30 minutes, hour for the podcast. My man Oladipo turned down that 2-year, $45 million. 2 points. 1, if I'm Victor, I'm taking it. 2, if I'm the Rockets, I don't even know if I would offer that to Victor. He coming off injury. He just got traded. It's based literally and figuratively trying to get his legs back underneath him. Maybe Houston sees more than what I see. I'm not offering him that. I mean, what is that? 45 mil, what is that? About 22, 23 mil a year. That's not that bad. But it was reported that was the max amount they could offer him right now. Cool it. Just wait a little bit. Houston, wait. Y'all got other fish to fry, other shit to worry about as far as y'all weather and shit, but just wait, man. See what Oladipo could give you. Y'all still got another 30, 40 plus games in the season. Just cool it a little bit, Houston. Cool it. Y'all do got some shit going on. You feel me? I'm a John Gotti fan. I love John Wall to the day I die. Like I said, even though my favorite color blue, that nigga be Big B's, bitch. That nigga's a dog, boy. That nigga John Wall is a real dog. Oh, everything. But Houston, slow it down. Victor, I don't know why you didn't take the bag, but maybe he feels he has more worth, and I would never refute that. If you feel like if you know your self-worth, I can never question that at all. So Victor, I wish you the best, my guy. Last but not least, wrapping it up for sports, I gotta talk about my Knicks, baby. Every time I play, I got 3 words for you. Let's go Knicks. You feel me? But it's crazy though, because as a sorry ass Knicks fan, and I've seen this on the socials as well, motherfuckers in New York celebrating because we 500. I hate bringing up my team in front of my homies because they be, what's your record? Y'all what? Y'all this? And be juiced. I'm not juiced. I think we like 17-17 or something like that because we 500. We are 5th place in the East. Like I said on my last episode, the East race is tight. Like I said, from that 5 to 10, 11, it's real tight. It's real tight. We just beat the Pacers. As I'm recording this, I believe we are up on the Pacers. I'm sorry, I said that twice. We beat the Pistons. We beat the Pacers. Excuse me. Sorry, but then we're up on the Pacers right now. Either way, you know what I'm trying to say. We up 10 on the Pistons right now. We trying to ball out and get above 500 so we can hold up this, you feel me, 5th seed in the East. So we're going to keep that going. Shout out to the Knicks. As you see, I got my gnome out here. He going to be visiting me every time. His name is Nolan. No, it's not. I just made that up off the top of my head. That's our owner name. We ain't claiming that. Your name is Rodrigo right now, cousin. But anyway, that's all we got for sports. Matter of fact, let me give a quick shout out to my sponsors. As you know, my first sponsor being Become Cosmetics. If you don't know what Become Cosmetics is, it is a beauty brand for women who are working hard every single day to become the best version of themselves. All products are made to ensure that every woman feels strong, beautiful, and confident. Those are the 3 things that play a major part in becoming who you are. All of their products are made to nourish the skin and the lips, you feel me? Because I don't want to kiss no dry ass shit, you feel me? And they're all made with natural and organic products because that's what they believe to be the best thing for our body. And I can't agree no less. So please follow Become Cosmetics. That first E is a 3, so that is at B3COME Cosmetics all together on all social platforms, and upgrade your collection today. I know y'all want the Fenty and all that other stuff. Buy black, buy local, support people you know at Become Cosmetics. Go support that. And our second sponsor, as you know, Vintage Variation. I got the paper right here. Like I said, I was gonna hang it up right here, but that was gonna look a little tacky though. I didn't want to do that. But as you see, Vintage Variation. And if you don't know what it is, Vintage Variation is the best place to shop for a curated experience of dopeness and just motherfucking saucy. I ain't gonna lie. As you see, this shirt I got is from Vintage Variation, but it's not limited to stuff like this. Like I said, they have all types of stuff. Vintage Variation, or V2 for short, specializes in bringing the consumer a wide variety of apparel, accessories, and hype footwear. Bruh just got some cop some shit. I ain't gonna lie, got some new shit that's popping right now. So look no further, as Vintage Variation is the one-stop shop for all your fashion needs. V2 really aspires to bring a bit more of love, history, and style into every single closet in the world. And as you know before, all races, gender, and creeds are welcome to be a part of the Vintage Variation family. So please go follow them at Vintage Variation, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can find them. Please go follow and cop something ASAP. Shout out to Vintage Variation, man. Like I said, appreciate the shirt. I will wear the jacket, but I ain't gonna do all that. It's a little toasty in here, especially off of some of this yak, you hear me? Ooh. But next up, like I said, we're going to keep it quick. Each week in this segment, Bay Area brands, I try to bring you 1, 2, maybe even 3 brands that I personally support or endorse, just to get the word out there. Please, if you know of any brands that you love and support and they're local and they're based out the Bay Area, please send them to me. Anything, music artists, DJs, photographers, videographers, digital editing, all of that, digital artists, makeup artists, rappers, chefs. Please, whatever your brand is, please send it to me. Get at me. I'll try to have other links and other descriptions below. Like I said, if not, tweet at me at Saucy Balboa. That was some high school shit. If not, DM me on Instagram _son of the waves. Please, I just want to push it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want this platform to be a major basis for. Let's push all that we own, y'all, for real, for real. So with that being said, I did just want to focus on one brand today. And that brand is literally the brand that made my logo, my cover art, my banners, everything you see that has What's the Wave on it was made by this wonderful individual right here, who goes by the name of Jacq, or the Jacq artist, Jacq. Get it right the first time. So the Jacq artist, shout out to my homegirl Jacq. She's really a real one, but she is a Bay native and is a self-taught freelance artist who works with a variety of media. So she's not limited to one platform. She's very, very versatile in what she does. With a conceptual approach, Jacq often creates a work by pulling inspiration from all around her, environment, energy, all of that. Her works often refer to pop and mass culture, and her goal as an artist is to express imagination and invoke innovation. And that's definitely what comes through her artwork. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. At the moment, she does specialize in logos, advertisements, and portraits. I'm about to get me one too. The portrait, I don't know. I gotta probably clean up a little bit, but you know, I'm gonna give me one. And she has a website in the works, so wait on that. But if you want to contact her, please hit her up via Instagram at _the Jacq. That is JACQ artist. All one word. Once again, at _THEJACQ ARTIST. And DM her, please, for commissions, inquiries, and all that other stuff, because I'm telling you, she's one of the hottest out. Anything you need, she can do. She can provide for you. She can make sure it happens. So please go holler at my homegirl. I will be having some more artwork from her soon. I hope y'all do the same. So please go holler at that. And that is the main thing I have for Bay Area brands. And now I'm just gonna wrap it up with my topic of the day. As you know, I'll usually pick a word, a subject, something, you know, pretty random. I'm just a random person. I like to think off the walls. What Bow Wow say? He's like, I don't think outside the box. I tear it up. I can't take myself serious saying that bullshit. But yes, I try to think outside the box. I try to, you know, keep it fresh, keep it new. And as I talked about earlier, that the social's been on that, you know, you had to be there. So it got me really thinking about the subject that I'm going to talk about today of eras. And that's ERA. Not areas, not error, era. Like the era we're in, generation, stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest, me personally, I love the era that I was born in. I love the era I'm in as far as just music, sports, all of that. I see what was before. I see what can be moving forward. But to be honest, I'm not a bitter Becky when it comes to where I was born and how I was made. I'm a 95er. I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 95. But that being said, I was really raised or grew up in 2000s. You feel me? Them early 2000s really, you know, kind of sculpted me, and it had a major influence on who I was. You feel me? Even cartoons, especially going back to the meme. I want to ask y'all this question too. Please tweet at me. Just ask Son of the Waves. You don't even got to pose a question. Were you a Disney Channel baby? Was you a Nickelodeon baby? Or was you a Cartoon Network kid? Most people say, you know, we can even bring it back. You can say, oh, you know, most people ask you, was you a Teletubby or a Barney baby? Me personally, I was both of them. Shout out to the Teletubbies. They used to eat that fucking custard pudding and the shit, and they had the smiley face cookies with the vacuum. I'm a Teletubby kid, you feel me? Pixie, la la, Po. That shit used to have me rolling. That shit said, Po. I don't know what's wrong with his name, but that nigga got the deep voice, you feel me? But I was a Barney baby too. The fuck? I'm about to say I was on all of that. Like I said, me personally, out of them three, Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon, I was definitely a Nickelodeon kid. Like, to keep it a band. I fuck with the other two, you feel me? I fuck with, you know, Roly Poly Oly and Out of the Box. Like, that was my shit. And, you know, I fuck with Cartoon Network, Ed and Eddie and this shit, but I'm gonna keep it a band. My trifecta, and you know what I'm gonna say, just as a Nickelodeon kid. If you was, you know what it is. SpongeBob, Very Odd Parents, and Jimmy fucking Neutron. I know if there ain't no more new episodes, I know all the original. So I'm just saying that's the Holy Trinity right there. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All of that. SpongeBob, Very Odd Parents. I hate when motherfuckers call that shit Timmy Turner. It's not the name of the show. Stop calling that shit that shit. That shit is not okay. And like I said, and Jimmy Neutron. Please. So like I said, cartoons. Even the music that I grew up on, which is different. Because, like I said, I didn't grow up in a household full of music. So I had to go find my own. And everything I listened to, that's our old 2000s slap. They even got playlists early 2000s now. That's that, you feel me? Little Brandy up in it. Well, that's a little 90s. You feel me? A little Usher, little 90s as well. But, you know, it bleed up into that, like that Neo. When music videos was popping, all of that shit. Oh, my gosh. I can keep going on and on. I'm gonna skip over the music because that could take all day. But even the advent of technology and how like our era kind of was groomed into that. Technically, I'm a millennial being 95. I believe 95, 96 is the end of that. I'm a cusp baby when it comes to generations. I believe that's that end of the year for the next generation to start. But we grew up with the invent of smartphones, the invention of social media and stuff like that. Kids nowadays, and I'm gonna talk about the next generation, they were born into it. We weren't technically born into it, we were born with it as it came along, as it progressed. We were born along with, I remember when Blu-ray came out, it used to just be VHS or DVD, and then it was Blu-ray. That was a step up. I remember when MP3s was hot and CD players stopped. I wasn't there for all the Walkmans. I know what they look like. Nigga, I remember when Wi-Fi became Wi-Fi. Nigga, it used to be dial-up, internet, all that shit, wired connection only. All this wireless shit is nuky. Real nuky. But shout out to my generation. Oh, and another thing I'm really super just glad about and just happy for, the generation of sports I live in. It's just fucking amazing. All the players I get to see, the Bradys, the Peyton Mannings, I didn't see Michael Vick. Well, I did see Michael Vick for the most part. The LeBrons, the Kobes, the AIs, the Steph Currys, the KDs, the motherfucking Patrick Mahomes. Oh, we're in a great era of sports. People always love to reflect of what was. We are in a great era of sports. If you don't believe me, get at me. But as you see, before I take it to the next gen, let me talk about the older generation, because they did have a major impact. Like I said, I didn't grow up in a house with music. A lot of my peers have younger parents. My parents are old. Like, my parents were born in the mid-late 50s. Like, my mom 56, my dad 57. But yeah, so you can add that up if you want. But a lot of my peers grew up on the music that their parents listened to. I'm 25, so say you're my age. Say your parent had you at 25, so they're 50 now. We're in that 50-year age. So that means they were, they probably played some good R&B for you in the household, all that shit. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't grow up on all that 90s R&B that I listen to now or that y'all love. I didn't grow up on that shit. I'm actually surprised that I've grown accustomed to it and love it. All that Jodeci, Blackstreet, Boyz II Men, all of that shit. My parents were older. My dad his favorite artist is James Brown. And my mom listened to fucking jazz music, which don't got no words. So that shows you where I come from. But like I said, all this 90 music with all that fucking guapole and motherfucking, I'm sorry, my mind is drawing blanks, but you know the era I'm talking about with the Brandies and the SWVs and the Escapes and all that shit. Like, you feel me? I love that shit. And I didn't even grow up on it, but like, that music era shit and it has an impact on us today, because now we got neo soul and trap soul and all these other different spin-offs and variations of music. So I just find it crazy interesting. So another thing, even though the 90s, I want to talk about just the 90s, not as an era, but just as a decade, I find it very, very interesting how a lot of people's born in the 90s wish they grew up in the 90s. You feel me? Like, I hear a lot of people my age, my peers, oh, I wish I was raised in the 90s. They look so fun. I'm an old soul. I don't belong to this generation. Me personally, I have never felt that way. I understand how y'all feel about it, but I feel I'm right where I need to be. I got enough of the old. I got enough of the new. Perfect. But I get it, though. I do understand why, why you would want to be born in the 90s, because the fashion was on 10. It looked like the party scene. It looked like, hey, people say we wilding now. I think motherfuckers was getting a little bit more wild in the 90s. You see pictures of bitches busting it open broad day type shit. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But anyway, shout out to the older generations, because they always have an influence and an impact on what we do today. And please get at me what y'all think about this next generation. I work with kids, so that's probably maybe 2 generations ahead of me. But it's getting sick, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I'm worried. I'm worried for the generation my children are gonna grow up in. Thank goodness I don't have any. I'm not making none right now. But you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, there is the students I worked with or I work with. Bruh, social media is older. Facebook is older than these little kids. Twitter is older than these little kids. Like, it's wild. So you just got to imagine, like, the progression we seen with technology. They're being born into this shit and seeing a whole new progression. If you ask a kid born as 10 or younger, fuck it, 15 or younger, they don't know what dial-up internet is. They probably don't know what a VCR is. Burning a disc. If you ask them to burn a disc, they don't know what that is. It's fucking wild. The kids, I think I seen another one just to bring it, like, they have no fucking historical context, and that's just every generation being dependent what you're educated on. But I think I seen like a TikTok that made its way to Twitter, something like that, about a teacher asking his students about who Hitler was. Bitch didn't even know. Like, what? Hey, like what D-Day was. I'm not a historian. I know what that shit means though. What Pearl Harbor is. Like, you gotta at least know what happened. You don't gotta know the details, the year and the whole shit, but shit is getting wild. So that's why I want to bring up the conversation and see what y'all think. You think the next generation is going to be better or worse for us? Because in the sense of being better, they have all this knowledge, all this technology that can elevate them and fix all the problems society has today. But it also can be used to our detriment, because people say that humans are basically 5-year-olds playing with grenades, and the grenade being the technology, the way it's progressing, because we don't know, basically in a sense, we don't know what we're handling. We really don't. We're a bunch of kindergartners playing with explosives. At the end of the day, we could be our own downfall, yet we could be our biggest uprise. So I just want to bring that to your attention, and about errors, just think you in the macro perspective of what has been, what is, and what's to come. So I just wanted to finish that up just by saying that, man, it's just crazy seeing the errors. I really went from listening to Soulja Boy to listening to fucking New Boys and listening in high school with Wayne and Wiz, yo. Like, we had Wiz there, motherfucking snapback, cargo shorts, motherfucking crew necks, and some Chucks, man. So that's where I'm from. I just want to know what y'all think. Is it gonna get better? Is that better? Or is it gonna get worse? Like, I don't know, man. I'm curious as well. So that's why I wanted to bring up that conversation and say that off. As I take a sip of my yak, I hope you got some drink with you as you watch or as you listen. We're going to wrap it up, man. Thank you again for watching episode 2 of What's the Wave with your boy, Son of the Waves. Tune in next week. I'm going to have some more current events popping off. You know, I got some more shit to talk about, the sports. And you know, I got some more Bay Area bands to push towards you. Please stay tuned next week. That is What's the Wave Wednesdays with your host, Son of the Waves. Thank you again for listening and supporting.
Like the blunt, my nigga. Pass his beat to the left so I could press. Told on my hits like I done wrecked. Who is next? Niggas is sleep like pillow pets. Getting foreign head from a bad bitch from Budapest. Call your bet, cause I'm just trying to get a quick check, then rest with my face in between breasts. I'm a mess. Also something you gotta respect. A prince as a newborn, a king in death. Oh yes, Son of the Waves is the best. If you jumping in this water, please wear a vest. Take a breath and compliments to my chef. Hit my goddamn producer, need a beat, heaven sent.
I know a bitch who would set a nigga up for a buck. Reason why I can never give a fuck about a slut. Or a duckhead bitch who ain't cashing me out. She said she want my kids, my reply was open your mouth or show me some bread. Ain't gonna repeat myself twice, oh you heard what I said. And that's my brother, if you fuck with him, you fucking dead. Back to back, sliding in foreigns, ducking from the feds. This shit is too easy, I don't even know why I tried. Somebody told you I was a sucker, then they fucking lied. He was the same nigga that left with a black eye, and shout out my producer. Bro, it's time to make this song cry.